helped. Is that not big enough now? Or did I do it backwards and it all up? I think I did. Wonderful. Son of a bitch. Okay, it's time to get back on putting this truck back together now that all the parts are in. Tonight, I'm just planning on pulling the lifters out and cleaning the deck. Everything else I'll get tomorrow. So I'll just show you guys my plan on that. I'm gonna pull the dowel pins out real quick and the lifters out. And then I'm gonna put some rags in the lifters. And then I'm just gonna go after the deck with some razor blades and a razor blade tool, because I don't really want to use anything mechanical on it. I just want to try to get it as clean as possible so that the new head gasket can seal it pretty well. Alright, I'm just going to pull these lifters out now. Luckily these are very simple to pull out, 2 10mm bolts, and then you just pull the tray out. Alright, I'm glad I'm replacing these. The lifters don't look bad, terrible or anything, but those trays are very, very brittle. I'll go over that here in a little bit, but let me try to get all these lifters out. Now I'm just going to try to pull these dowel pins out. Yeah, that one came out pretty easy. I had a feeling they would, and it's so gross in there. There we go. Okay, I bought this cool little nifty tool here. Get the light on it. Believe it or not, at Walmart. And I have another razor blade scraper, but it's longer, and I think this is going to give me a better control. It's like $7, and it comes with some razor blades. So I'm going to put some rags down in these holes and just get to cleaning. Alright, let me show you another tidbit when I'm cleaning this thing. Trying to keep these cylinders as clean as possible. This one's way down in the hole. But without any cylinder heads or anything on it, I can grab the crank and roll the motor over until the piston is where I would like it. And then I'm cleaning the top of the piston. And if I get a deep hole like that, I'll clean that hole out again. This is just brake clean. Does a great job. I'm changing the oil anyway, so if stuff leaks past, it is what it is. So we can clean top the piston up, get that carbon off of there. Alright, it's parts time. So, first thing I want to show you are these Brian Tooley Racing 5.3 specific head gaskets. They're multi-layer steel. They're going to be better than those graphite ones that were on it previously. So, and they're pretty inexpensive. So I'm excited to try those. Then these are new lifter cups. Also very inexpensive from Brian Tooley Racing. Actually feel really nice. These are the old ones, and you can just tell that they're brittle. They've had a lot of miles on them, who knows how many. But it's time to, anytime you replace lifters, replace the trays. If these fail, your lifter can turn, run the wrong way on the camshaft, and then you're in for trouble. So, I'll show you how to assemble these in just a second, and then we'll throw them in the truck. Alright. Then, here are head bolts for each head. Brand new torque to yield head bolts. I know a lot of people reuse head bolts. I just decided, since these were only 40 bucks and I already spending the money everything else, I'd go ahead and use them. So ordered 2 of those, 1 for each head. And then lastly, I had ordered a set of these from a different supplier than Brian Tooley Racing, and they did not come. And they said it was based because of some weather issues, but I canceled that order. Talked to my buddy Nick, who had a set sitting around. So these are LS7 style lifters. I believe they're the Delphi. They're brand new. He's already got some oil in them. So we're gonna assemble these trays and the lifters and throw them in place and be good to go. So this is a good lifter tray. You just pull the lifter out. You see how they're shaped specific. So there's 2 flat ends and 2 round ends. Well, it can only go one way in here. And there you go. So I'm gonna put, 4 of these in. Actually, I'm gonna go this way just because I'm weird like that. Yeah, these look good. Brand spanking new. Guys, I am not sure what happened here, but when I was recording this video about a thread chaser I made, this video came through, but there's no audio. So let me catch you up to speed. I took 2 of the stock head bolts and I cut a line all the way down the threads with a Dremel tool and a cutting wheel. And I just a nice, decent size line all the way through. And what that does is effectively turns the bolt into a thread chaser, so that when you use it in the block, it gets all the gunk and stuff, whatever, and fills up that hole, so you can clean out the threads and not have any extra debris in the block. So this is a very easy thing to do, especially if you have a Dremel tool. I went and bought one at Harbor Freight. It was like 20 something bucks, and quick, easy. And now I have this one for all the other LS stuff that I'll build in the future. This one's pretty gunky. Oh yeah. I'm gonna do it a couple times. Let me pull this out. There you go. You see all that gunk in that ridge there? I'm hoping you can. And then I'll just take some brake cleaner with a straw. I put it in the channel and I just clean it out. Yep. Just like that. It's all clean. Wipe it off. Go again. Pretty simple. Okay. Last, but most certainly not least, for preparing this deck. So I'm going to take my air hose and my little air spout and clean out all the bolt holes. Gets all the water out of them. What? No. Alright. Lifter install time. These are the Brian Tooley lifter trays, and they actually go in only one way. Try to get. You want this little notch facing the pistons, and I'll show you an example of that with the other ones as well. But since these have been lubed up already, I'm just throwing them in. There we go. Let me show you the old ones. So again, you see this notch here on these. The old ones don't have that. So I'm not real sure if these are just universal, but these definitely have an offset hole. So you want to make sure that you do them this way. They won't work the other way. Ask me how I found out. Alright, then they're just held in with this little bolt. Now this is plastic that you're holding down. There's not much to it. I'm just going to hit it with my small impact. I'm not going to torque these. There's no reason to. Alright, just till it clicks a little bit. Yep. Bingo. Okay, things are getting real. I'm going to put this head gasket in place. Alright, notice these have a front printed. It's very important. So, and now I gotta get the heads ready. Let me explain my predicament a little bit more. This is going to wind up being the front of the cylinder head. This is the passenger side. I'm sorry, driver's side cylinder head. It has this plug right here, and this plug right here won't allow any water to go through the steam vent. That's a problem. It has this one, I believe, all the way through here. We're good. We've got to at least punch this one out. That one's not too big of a deal because we're just putting the plug in, but let me try to punch this one out real quick. If not, we'll drill it out. I think it's coming. Yep. That was easy enough. Alright, I found it, and it's just this little aluminum plug. Pushes right out with a punch. That was easy. Alright, again, before I get ahead of myself, this is going to be the rear. So I'm going to install this block. Maybe. So it's done. It's not something we have to do later. It doesn't want to go in there. Alright, this pin here is just not big enough to get in there. And it's just a locator, so I'm going to drill it out just a little bit. Let's try this. Alright, there we go. That'll work now. Is that not big enough now? Or did I do it backwards and it all up? I think I did. Wonderful. Son of a... sometimes you get in a hurry and you don't do dumb things. I just drilled out the threads because I had it backwards. Because I'm a dummy. But I have an idea. I'm going to put this piece back in. See, if you get in a hurry, sometimes you just make dumb mistakes. This would be one of those times. but that still goes in. Let me tap it down just a little bit. The punch. All right. Alright guys, it's not my day. Cut the shit out of my pinky. That's fun. And then I marred up the head gasket. I got it caught on the ground somehow, and it messed it all up. I'm debating if I should still run it, because I think it's going to pinch out okay. And it's around the water jacket. I think it actually might be alright. In fact, there's no water jacket back here. That makes me feel better. I'm gonna send it. Oh, okay. Alright. Now that I'm looking at it, this is just a blind area. So, I think I'm okay. Alright, updated plan. I got the head on. It's not torqued. And that's okay. I'm gonna put the other head on, so the deck is covered and I don't have to worry about it clean anymore. And I'm gonna take a little break for a while because I've got a splitting headache and I need to go sit down for a bit because I just don't feel good. These sinuses are kicking my butt, and this truck's kicking my butt, so it's a little bit of both. So let me go ahead and get the other head on, and then we'll come back to torquing. Oh, I feel much better. Let's get back after it. Got both heads on. I'm about to torque them. So let me get all that together and I'll show you how we're going to torque the heads. Alright, I drew out this little diagram that shows the order of the way you tighten up cylinder heads. You can see you start at 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. So if you're looking at the head, it's like this. There's 15 bolts. It's not too hard. This information is everywhere on the internet. It's not hard to find, and so are the torque specs. So it first says basically torque them all down to 22. So that's what I'm going to do, and then we'll do the top bolts last, the little 10mm bolts. So I'll torque them all down to 22, and then we'll go from there. There we go, got some room now. Brand new torque wrench. I'm trying to figure out how to use it. So 1, 2, 3. All right. Eight. Alright, so there's that. Takes some getting used to. And I'm going to mark a 1 on all the ones that I did, so I'll remember it was. Now we're going to make an angle change. So I'm going to change this mode to angle, which this torque wrench has it. I wouldn't really worry about it too much if it don't, but since I have it, it's nice to have. Alright, let's try this again. should buzz with me in 90 degrees. There it is. There's one. All right. There's two. It's saying that's about 60 foot-pounds too, so that's kind of cool. 92 degrees. Okay, now we do it again. Another 90 degrees except for the two outer bolts in the middle. Those will be 50 degrees. They'll be the last two we do. Alright, so one. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh, these are going to be rough. Alright, that's one. I may have to jump in here and do some of these. In fact, let me just do that so we can knock it out there. Alright, next two are 50, so I got degrees, so I got to change that. It looks okay. Here we go. Nine. Last big one here. Here we go, number 10. Here we go. Fantastic. Now the rest of these are just 22. I gotta find the socket. I don't know where I put it. Alright, here comes the last ones. Start in the middle at 11. Just a 22 on these. Didn't like that. Alright, there's 22 on that one. 13. 14, we're here. Alright. And 15. Alright, this head is done. On to the next. Same process, so I'll just knock it out quick. Oh, finally got it done. Heads are all on and torqued. Now I'm just gonna throw push rods in, put the rockers on. Maybe throw the intake on and some valve covers, and I think that'll be it. Because I got one more video of all this stuff that's really special, and I can't really wait to show you guys and install it. So it's gonna be exciting. So I'm gonna knock this out and then get right back to you. Well, isn't that a pretty sight? It's a lot more back together now. I got a few things to hook up. I'm gonna wait on that because I still have to change the oil, so I have to go get parts for that. And I have a brand new exhaust system and headers, and you're gonna see more about that on the next episode that I put out, because it's gonna be installing all of that. And I actually hope it's a little quieter in the cab, but it's a whole lot better flowing exhaust. So with these heads, the exhaust, I'm really excited on what the output's gonna be. I can't wait to get all of this done. But I'm calling it a night tonight. It's been a little rough day. Y'all hang around. Another video's right around the corner. I'm hoping to have this thing fired up by next weekend, and with the new exhaust on it and everything. So, and then after that, I think we're going to Cletus and Cars with it, Houston, for some testing. So we'll see what happens. So thanks for coming along as always. Until next time, you know the deal. Y'all be good.